Hi actors, performers, YouTubers and live shares out there. Today we're at the Maxi Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art in the middle of the Eternal City of Rome. And I will tell you, this building is truly magnificent, and I strongly encourage you, if you stop by in Rome, stop by at this incredible place and to get a piece of art into your brain. And now let's get in and let's see what's cooking. It's time to cut that shit and make it happen. Yes, fellas, make it happen. What is your favorite piece of art? What inspires you the most? Because art is something essential to our craft. Let me get this straight. The trigger is, I see a lot of actors running out of their homes at Monday and coming back on Friday after they rehearsed, trained, danced, sang and studied scenes and booked coaches and went to auditions and did a lot of things. But don't get confused about it, because acting, to a certain extent, to a certain degree, is something very tangible. It is a skill set, it is craftsmanship, it is something that can progress and evolve, that you can modify. I get that, and that's true. But at the end of the day, that what is really outstanding about your play, about your performance, that what really impresses people is that spark that no one can explain. It is the art that is contained in all of this training. So never forget to sharpen your saw, to sharpen your senses, to get back to yourself and watch some art. What is it that inspired you the most so far? Is it classical painting from the Renaissance period? Is it something contemporary, I don't know, provoking like Basquiat or Warhol? Or do you like the Impressionists from France from the 19th century? Or is it more Van Gogh? What is it? Because art, you see, is what we do. So you know, by knowing what kind of art you like, you know what art inspires the audience for whom you are actually performing. So watch art, get inspired by art. And I'm not just saying to go to a random exhibition. Pick something that suits you the most. Take your weekend, take a couple of hours and watch art and get inspired by the color, by the forms, by the metaphor that is included in the art. Get inspired by the painter, by his history, by his background. Get inspired by the struggle he had to go through in order to create this incredible piece. What is it that inspires you the most? Is it sculptures? Is it photography? Is it classical paintings? Is it architecture? Go to places that really include art, that really communicate with you. You see, this building is an amazing building. It is a piece of art itself, because the way it is modeled, the way it is interlaced, the way all the elements are working with each other, you are already, from the first moment you're stepping into this building, part of this exhibition, part of this architecture, part of the inspiration, of the inner thoughts of this great architect that Zaha Hadid was. And the same thing has to be true for your act too. Whoever watches you, if it's the casting director or the people sitting at the theater or in the movies, they need to be involved into your art process. And that's not possible just thinking about the technical requirements, about the data points and the vectors that you need to unleash in order to impress people. It's also about the notions that nobody can explain, that are lying inside of yourself. They're just waiting to get a new transformation, that are just waiting to be morphed into something way more incredible than just a pen, a pencil, a brush, and some color and a canvas. Because art, paintings, for example, like acting, starts as being something very tangible and very rudimentary. You have a canvas, you have brushes, you have colors, nothing freaky about that. But once you combine them, once you explore them, once you exploit them, once you use them, and once they use you, you will see how these very rudimentary, elementary, mundane elements, tools, and instruments can become something that is unexplainable, that will blow people away. You see the Mona Lisa and you see a painting on canvas, and it's fairly small, and you can break down this painting into all its single ingredients, into all its tools that created, that made this painting. But still they won't explain why this painting is acting on you in such a strong and powerful way. Because what you see is a woman with a nice landscape in the background, but what you feel is magic. What you feel is unexplainable. That is the power of art. That is power of acting. That is power of sculpture. That is power of any installation that has value, because it was made with a different thought. It was made with a notion that won't be explained to you right from the start, that you have to unlock. You have to decode. There is something written beyond the upper shell that lies underneath this surface of color, movements, and punctuation that will tell you a different story. So you're getting told two stories at the same time, sometimes even 3 or 4 stories. That is what is happening with acting. Sometimes you watch an actor act his play and you think, this is such a great actor, but he has something else in mind, doesn't he? Won't let me off the hook. I don't know why, but certainly this actor, this actress, or the screenplay or the magic of the movie, they're all collaborating. They're all trekking up to one station. Unexplainable becomes visual, and when it becomes visual and tangible for our senses, sometimes we get confused that it's so easy. Sometimes we think, all right, I can do that too. How many times have you said to yourself after watching a modern piece of art or a contemporary piece of art, oh, I can do that, I can paint a black canvas, or I can build this or on that. It's not difficult, right? I can see it, it's pretty easy, but nonetheless, it's acting on me. Why? Because there was a thought behind that piece of art, and that thought, you don't know what it is. And now we're coming back to what I always say, leave the audience with questions, not with answers. If we are studying our techniques, our instruments, and if we are proposing everything that we see and it's just tangible, we will leave the audience with answers. And that is all right for a mediocre, average audience. But if we want to step up our game, if we really want to become remarkable actors, if we really want to induce something in the mind and in the heart of our audience, if we want to get recognized every time we're stepping into the audition room, we have to use something else than just the surface, just the tangible material. We have to be creators, and in order to create something that is truly behind any explanations, we have to have the right thoughts, and we never figure out the thoughts of great artists. That's why we are baffled by the Mona Lisa. That's why we are overwhelmed by La Pietà di Michelangelo. That's why we are incredibly astonished by the architecture of Zaha Hadid, because we won't figure out the thoughts of these artists. So leave the audience with questions, not with answers, and be inspired by art. So enjoy your weekends by watching some art, by making some art, by creating something on your own, and let people get inspired by the art. Don't leave them with answers, leave them with inspiration. Do love act. So if you liked and enjoyed this video, hit that like button, let me know what you think about this, and please post in the comment section below what type of art inspires you the most and what the most incredible piece of art is that you've seen so far in your life. If you're here for the first time, consider to share this video to your community, because our mission here at the COACHMC studio is to create a strong and successful community of great actors for truly remarkable performances. So subscribe and smash that bell button to stay updated for later videos coming up, and definitely enjoy your performance. And now, andiamo a mangiare. Ah, I know you're hungry. Art makes hungry, huh? Yes. Why you follow me all the time? There are 3 things that never will be missed in our fridge. Ginger.
Parmigiano.
Parmesan cheese. And the third thing is...
Queste invece sono le frittelle di patate che ha fatto nonna. Deve mandarsi, Questa è roba 5 stelle. Grazie. Buone buone.
Scritto bello grande, negheta. Prego.
Do love eat.
Pulisci la bocca.